Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope you are all doing well and hanging in there. October is one of the longest months to be a teacher, but I'm sure you're all doing great. I've been enjoying all the different lessons that you've been doing, and thank you for emailing me. And then I'll email you back when it's done so you can do your reflection. So make sure you're doing those steps: lesson, teach it, record it, upload it, email me, and then reflect after I email you back. So I just want to go through a couple of things. I am doing midterm evaluations. I've gotten almost everybody's mentor's notes. If you haven't taught a lesson yet, I haven't done your eval yet because I haven't seen you teach. So don't worry, it's not like I forgot about you, but I just can't evaluate you if I haven't seen you teach yet. So make sure that we are sticking to our schedule. Coaches are calibrating on Wednesday for your SVP project, which I'm going to go over today. So just kind of keep that in mind. But always refer back to this. And then it's in your files as always. Okay. And then, so I'm going to go over the SVP project just because I know some of you are really zooming through the lessons, which is great. As you're nearing that sixth lesson, that's your SVP project. Okay. And I will also put the link to the OCP website so you can read through your folder or like binder, whatever they've called it now. So the SVP project is in a different location. So it is going to be your sixth lesson, your last formal lesson. You are going to upload it into the sixth lesson spot, and you're going to upload it again into your portfolio. It might look a little different because this is a teacher view, but I don't have access to the student view. So I'll just show you a former student's. This is what it looks like. So there's three components, and don't overthink the SVP project. It's just a more thought out lesson plan. So there's different components for each subject. So there's planning, implementation, and reflection. So you have to download these three for this section, for the planning section. The class profile, then the lesson plan will go in there, and your activity strategy table. You'll be doing a training on all of these things. I just want to show you where they are. And then it has the link to your FAST manual. So I'll just show you what a class profile looks like. So you are going to look at each student in the class. You're not going to tell me their name. You're just going to number them. So just go by alphabetical, however your roster is set up. And I want you to tell me about them. These are really important things. Like this one says, can easily be overwhelmed. That's an important thing for a teacher to know. So maybe that student is a helper. Maybe you give them little tasks to help them warm up to the classroom. Little things like that. Okay. The next part is the lesson plan, which you have all been doing. Okay. You all know how to write a lesson plan by now. And the activity strategy table, oh, it's not going to let me just easily see it. Let's see if it'll open in time. So it's just looking at the purpose of your strategies. Okay, so why are you choosing to do this type of strategy instead of this type of strategy? That kind of thing. And remember, you're going to be trained on all of this. I'm just giving you a little insight. Then for implementation, that would be your video. You want to make sure that the video has no glitches. You can hear you perfectly because I grade it. And then one or two other people also grade it so that it's fair. And we grade it on a rubric. It's very clear. And the coaches are really good about calibrating together. So you want to make sure it's kind of like a perfect lesson. And then in your reflection, you're going to take a segment of the lesson where like you think you did a great job at maybe reaching a specific student, that kind of thing. And you'll get more info on this later, but I just don't want to show you. And then your self-evaluation form. So it tells you right here, the self-evaluation's right here. I'm not going to click on that because I want to give this person privacy. But that is just what the SVP looks like. It's not crazy. And I think that We just get overwhelmed with all this stuff, and I understand that. But just don't overthink the lesson plan. It's pretty straightforward, and it's something that when you're in your own classroom, you're going to do naturally. But we just want you to get to the point where you can think quick and say, oh, little Johnny, he needs to sit next to Susie because they work great together. And just those little strategic things that you do as a teacher, we're just trying to get you into that groove. So that's all the SVP is. It's nothing too crazy. But remember, it is your 6th lesson. So you'll upload that lesson twice, essentially. Don't overthink it. Okay? I've been loving the replies that I'm getting in your discussion. If you haven't been replying, make sure that you do that. So I have about 10, which means that 2 people haven't been replying. So make sure you're taking the time. It really does help with building that camaraderie and that connection with other students. If you have questions, always feel free to email me if you have any concerns as well. But that's all I have for this week. I just want to give you a little taste of what the SVP looks like. You can also explore it in your FAST manual, which I would recommend strongly. Do some research, read through it. It's very simple. It's just a little time consuming sometimes. Okay. Have a great day, and I will put the link for the OCP website in the chat or in the discussion, and then I'll put a little question in there for you to answer. All right. Bye.